So hi once again, everyone. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for being here, for investing a little bit of your time, for being here with us, with the Jagaad Academy. Today is our first course presentation on FrontEnd. I'm Valentina, have been the project manager for this. Let's check a little bit about our agenda. I think we will run in almost around 40 minutes. We will have a team presentation. I will be presenting myself and the rest of the team that is here today to explain a little bit more about this course for you, to see if we can convince you to be part of our community. We will obviously have some lines along what is the Academy, what we are doing inside the Academy. Then we will jump into the course presentation that will be done by our coach, who is also here. He's the star of the show. Then we have one of our partners, Emanuele from Heply, who will be also speaking to you about the companies and their company and the hiring opportunities that they have for members of this course, of course. We also have Anna. She is the lead of HR in the Academy, and in Jagaad, actually, she will be speaking about hiring opportunities and selection criteria as well. And at the end, we have the Q&A. So please, while I'm presenting or while the rest of the team members are presenting, write down and note down your questions, because we have at the end this specific timing for you to ask everything, all of your doubts. So about us, let's get to know each other very briefly, because we all know how much time is important these days. This is me. As I explained before, I'm the project manager for the Academy, but I am also the communication manager at Jagaad. And there is my email in case you want to reach out to me specifically for any details. Also, I invite you to follow me on LinkedIn or connect with me in LinkedIn. We can also talk there. If you need anything from my side, I'm happy to support. We have Andrew. Andrew, please say hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew. I'm a technical lead at Jagaad and also the front-end development coach at Jagaad Academy. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, darling. We also have Emanuele. Emanuele, hi. You're on mute.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. I'm the lead software engineer in Heply, and hope today to really enjoy this course presentation with you.
Our dearest Anna, hi.
Hi, everybody. Very excited to have you all here, and looking forward to share with you the recruiting criteria that we have for Academy. Hear from you and from me very soon.
So we all know that perhaps you're right now in this presentation because you want to change your career path. You don't know if you like your current job. You have been hearing all this digital transformation jobs, and there is like a huge fear of missing out of the future. So perhaps you're wanting to know more about the web development world, but you don't know why or how or when. And our invitation for you is, what if the time is now? What if the moment to be part of the world is now? That's why we're here today, and that's why we're wanting to help you with. So in order to convince you, to introduce you a little bit to this world as well, and why it's so relevant, why we're doing these courses, we want to give you a little bit of context of what's happening in the web development market. So right now, today, there is a huge talent gap in the web development. There are so many companies searching for web development and IT development positions, but actually there is not enough candidates. There is not enough high quality candidates. Only in the European Union, there is over 500,000 of developers missing from the market. So this is impressive. This is actually the fact why we started with these courses. These are many headliners and titles that we took from several very trendy magazines such as Forbes, Globe, Newswire, which I recommend you to follow if you're entering this world, such as global shortage of web developers this year, web developers are missing in USA, web developers are missing in Europe, like everywhere in the world, we don't have enough candidates. And I really like this one that says, where have all the software developers gone? No one knows, but they are off the market. We need to create new ones. Some key drivers, obviously, that have been contributing to this trend, to this shortage, is, as we obviously know, COVID-19. COVID-19 caused a huge crisis, and this huge crisis led to companies needing to enhance their digital skills. So to jump into digital transformation. And this growing demand requires at the same time like specialization in programming languages that are specific, in automation, in artificial intelligence, in machine learning, in blockchain, in augmented realities. And for all of this, we need like IT profiles. If we check this graph that has been shared by McKinsey, McKinsey is a very big consultancy worldwide. Actually, IT and web design is the second main area where there is skill gap in the world. So it's very relevant, it's very trendy. It's what basically people need to start learning right now. And what are the companies doing to solve this gap, to close this gap? They are hiring. That's why there are so many job opportunities and hiring opportunities today. It's because aside from the fact that they are building skills internally in their companies, many of these skills or many of these profiles that they have internally don't match these needs. So they are hiring. They're hiring profiles like the ones that we want to create in our academy. Just to close this part and to hyper convince you, these are like some cool stats that we selected and we found based on the above. For example, just in Europe, the 50% of companies are having difficulties recruiting IT profiles due to this shortage of skilled professionals. Only in the US, according to the CNBC, the software developer shortage rate of unfilled IT jobs will increase 22% by 2030. So this is a trend. This is a trend that is on demand, on the rise. The European Software Skills Alliance shared that among all software-related roles, the demand for developers is the highest. Perfect, exactly what we're wanting to do. And actually, the most in-demand programming languages are Java, JavaScript, HTML, PHP, C++, and more. So those are exactly the languages that we will teach you during these courses. To mention that not only this like very hard skills are things needed today, but also soft skills like problem solving, teamwork, self-management. These are also in the rise, and these are also skills that you will learn with us during our courses. Now, a little bit about our academy. I know most of you perhaps saw this online, but how can we really help you change your life? What makes us different? Aside from all the career growth opportunities that we have shared previously, these are trends that what you will learn are skills that are that are all the time being updated, that are closer to world trends, that are on the go, on demand. You will learn a lot about teamwork. You will get access to world-class jobs. For sure, you will need to handle and to learn to have a positive mindset. Obviously, you will get access to the great remuneration that comes with this type of jobs. You will have the flexibility not only to study, but to work, and to work from anywhere. Right now, most of us are working from home. Actually, I don't know if you know, but Jagaad is a digital company. We're officeless. We meet once or twice a year in different places of the world to hang out a little bit, but we're all working from home and we love it. And as I said before, joining this new career, being part of the IT world is a skill up continuously. You will always need to be learning new things to stay up to date, and we will be there. Our network is supporting this as well. What is unique about our academy? Our top performing coaches. You will meet one of them soon. Our team-oriented and very collaborative approach. We believe that in order to succeed on IT, you need to be able to work in a team. So this is something very relevant that you will learn in our courses. Practice, a lot of practice. Actually, part of the lesson is theory, but most of it is practice, and you will get to realize and to do your own projects that you will then be able to add to your portfolios. We focus on one domain, meaning that we will make you experts on front-end development on this course precisely. You will have unlimited access to our coaches, and also you will have a lot of unlimited, I might say it so, to our career service support. HR will always be there for you to help you with your CV, to prepare you for your interviews, to support you with hiring opportunities. Overall, we have this course that is 6 months, 4 lessons a week, so it's very intense. It's done in English, as you probably know. We support you with a lot of job opportunities. Actually, 80% of our highest performing students will get hired by us or one of our partner companies, such as Heply. We have career services and one-on-one meetings along the whole experience, along the whole process. You will be able to ask for one-on-one meetings with HR and with our coaches. So let's now jump into the main part of today's presentation, which is meeting our coach and understanding more about the course structure. So please, Andrew, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Valentina. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Andrew. I'm a technical lead and coach at Jagaad. I'm doing front-end development for around 10 years, and I moved from framework to frameworks just to learn new things. One of my hobbies is to contribute to open source projects. I had the opportunity to contribute to projects like Bootstrap, Create React App, Webpack, and so many others. Okay, let's move on and see what is exactly front-end. So we all know the World Wide Web, mostly known as the web, that is this huge database of web pages on the internet that everyone can access and interact with. So what exactly is the front end? Well, the front end is the user-facing or the user interface of these pages. But they need someone to create these pages. So here comes in hand the front-end developers that use their skills of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create the pages for all around the internet. Moving on, the goal. The goal of this course is to make from the students real professionals that can join the IT market using their front-end development skills, and they are ready to create production applications. Moving on, we will see the structure of our course. The course is from 6 modules and divided in 2 parts. The first part is more for beginner to intermediate levels, and the second part is from intermediate to advanced levels. Moving on, we'll see each module in part what we will learn. So the module 1 is the web fundamentals. Here we will learn the basics of computer science, how a computer works, how to use a terminal, what is an algorithm, and we will also learn the basic tools that are needed to create the web pages, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The second module is all about forms and responsive design. Here we'll dive deeper in the HTML and CSS and learn a little bit advanced topics, and we will learn also how to create responsive design pages that can be used from mobile devices to tablets and also on desktop devices. And also we'll learn the forms that will allow us to allow user to interact with, to add his data on the website and interact with some server. The third module, it's all about testing. So in this one, we will learn how to write tests for our code, starting from small called unit test to end-to-end tests that are tests for our application that simulate the user experience. Starting with module 4, we are in the second part of our course. Here, more advanced topics we will be learn. That module 4, advanced JavaScript and TypeScript. Here we will learn some topics like asynchronous programming, and we'll learn TypeScript that will allow us to avoid the mistakes that can be made during development time. The fifth module, managing front-end applications. Here is the module we will learn how to skip our project. Here we'll learn different analyzers, linters, code formatters that will allow us to keep our project in place and add some standards for our project that everyone in the team should respect them. And also we'll learn how to automate some repetitive tasks. The last module, Vue.js module 6, Vue.js framework. Here we'll learn a completely new framework that will allow us to combine all our previous learned skills like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript to create production-ready applications. And to motivate you more, here you can see in this example, the average front-end developer salary in the United States, that is around 75K. What we may be able to do after this course in the end. So the first thing that it's also some of the most important things in the front-end development is creating responsive and pixel perfect designs. The second thing is to use task management tools that will allow you to manage your project using different, creating tasks for them, and using tools like GitLab issues, GitHub issues, Jira, or Trello. Also, you'll be able to write JavaScript and TypeScript and testing it, because this is also one of the main important things in the front-end development. And the last but not least is the usage of the right framework when it's needed. Here is a demo of an application that you will be able to create after finishing this course. And that's all from my side. One thing I want to mention is that we created the front-end mini course series just for you for free, completely for free. you will see a QR code at the end of the presentation that will redirect it to it. Thanks, everyone. That's all from my side. Valentina,
Thank you,
floor is yours.
darling. Amazing. Guys, before jumping into Heply with all the hiring opportunities, please remember to note down, write down all of your questions, because right after Emanuele is done and Anna presents HR, we will get back to you and answer all of them. So now we welcome our partner. We thank you so much for taking the time for being here to talk with the students and explain them a little bit about Heply, our partnership, and your hiring opportunities. I will stop sharing my screen and I leave the floor to you, and then we're back into this presentation.
Thank you, Valentina. So I will just share my screen. Here we are. Okay, so first of all, I'm really happy to be here. I'm very glad. Thanks to the Jagaad team for inviting us to join this course presentation. I'm Emanuele Bertoldi. I'm the lead software engineer, one of the lead software engineer in Heply. I start to code since 11 years old. I'm quite older now, so it's already, I think, 20 years of coding at various levels with several languages, from C++, PHP, JavaScript, and so on. I'm also in Heply. I'm also following the training of the junior colleagues. So when a new figure enter in the company, usually we mentor them, we follow them, we try to prepare to organize a growth path for the junior resources in order to become little by little a professional developer. Okay, so I'm really happy to be here because I think this our values in Heply are really matching with the values of the Jagaad, and especially in this academic initiative that they are presenting today. I will also, I really enjoy the presentation of Andrew of the course, because from a senior software engineer point of view, I really appreciate the kind of focus that they put in this course about testing, about choosing the right framework for the right problem. So these usually are not so, in many general purpose courses, they don't put this kind of focus on a real software engineering approach. So I really like this presentation. Okay, who we are? We are a software factory based in northern Italy, northeast actually, in hometown. My hometown is called Udine. So our headquarters are there. We also have another office quite near. We started in 2019, so we are very young company. Also, our average age is quite, young, around, I guess, 25, something like that. And we started in 2019 with a very basic idea, which is just to create a company around a positive culture. So again, I really like to have seen in the Jagaad presentation the fact of helping you in growing with a positive mindset, because we think this is a very core value for modern software developers. So we started in 2019 in just 8 people, around 7-8 people. In 2020, we grew to around 20 and more employees, and with a leave rate of 0. So every new resource that enters for the trial period of time, then continue in the company. And in just 3 years, we make a full turnover of our general revenue, gaining around more than 1 million per year. And we started like a startup with investors, and in 3 years we we are already able to walk with our own legs. So it was a really rapid growth for a new software company. Today, we are almost 30 talents in various departments with 7 divisions, from project management to the tech team, which is the real heart of the company, the design team, the quality assurance team, the sales team, the operations and marketing teams. Our mission is we design and realize software solutions to answer to every specific need of our clients. We don't generally just resell pre-made solutions. We don't fit clients' problems to our software solutions, but we try to fit our software solution to the client requirements, to the client needs. So this is very specific approach. We generally build digital products from scratch. So the first thing that we do is to listen the real customer needs. So just listen, and then we start a design process. I will show you in very shortly, in order to reach the maximum quality and to solve actually the problems. Our services are from the web area, so digital platforms, showcase websites, customizers, templating, e-commerce, intranet, system integrations, to mobile applications, so companion apps, magazine apps, catalogs. We also have experience with digital experience, like in-store experience or vocal assistance integrations. And also to additional services like, for example, software analysis, marketing analysis of software solution, or especially websites. Or also we provide IT operation services. So for example, we are engaged with let other companies, IT companies, grow to renew their technologies, to be, on the edge of new technologies. Just a couple of case history of our clients. For example, for the digital platform, we work for this client called Big Country, which provides, basically is like an Airbnb for, travel experience in the countryside. Joining with, we are Italian, so we have beautiful landscapes, we have great food, great wines. And so this company put this kind of experience all together and lets you to book them through this platform. Another example is Lima Corporate, which is one of the worldwide leaders in medical equipments. So we developed the corporate website, the showcase website, and also their product catalog and application and mobile application. Then customizers, e-commerce. I will talk about the Flare use case shortly. We also have experience with mobile application, companion application. In this case, this client, T-Risk, is a UK located company. They provide security services for the employees traveling for work in danger places. So they provide the kind of rescue service in case of emergency. And all these kind of services are provided through a mobile application that the people just install on their own smartphones, and to provide services like the SOS or rescue me request, or for example, to discover all the risks that the country that they are traveling to actually have on political side, environment side, and so on. Then we work for one of the biggest sport magazine in Italy, which is the Tuttosport Group. We developed the official magazine application, mobile application. So the catalogs, the in-store experience. 𝙖𝙛𝙩𝙬𝙧 is one of the biggest car selling companies in the northeast of Italy. We developed a system to track all the cars in various sites through the Bluetooth technology. So if you know the BTE technology, the beacon, we use them to track exactly where the car is in order to provide to the company, to the client, a clear overview of where the cars are in the several sites they have. And then we also integrate Alexa, Amazon Alexa in this kind of experience. So the sellers could, for example, interrogate Alexa to know where is the car in a particular moment. So this showcase, this case history is just to show you that a modern software factory could build several kind of digital products, which are very different one from the other, but they all share the same kind of technologies. We basically are just web technologies. In the modern world, we are all connected, we all know. And so one of the most natural solutions to provide a new software is just to focus on web technologies, like the ones that you will learn in this kind of courses. Our workflow, we start from an analysis. As I said, we start from listening to the needs of the clients. Then we start a design phase of just to design the user experience of the digital product and the user interface. Then we start the development phase, then the quality assurance, the deployment, and the assistant post-selling. Of course, this is not just a linear workflow, it's more like a circle. So for each feature, we follow this path. Those who are involved in this kind of workflow, all the company roles, from the project manager to the lead dev, to the sales, quality assurance, finance. Be able to work in a team is really challenging, but it's also very, very important for a software house, a software company. So our clients are from small and medium enterprises to large companies. Most of them are Italian companies, but as I said, we also have a couple of international worldwide clients. In the 2021, we have been working for around 75 companies, from medical to furniture, automotive, security, and so on. Okay, let's just focus a little bit on this case because it's really interesting, I guess, also for you, because, you know, if you have an idea, probably you will end up starting a startup company. So sometimes the startups have very good idea, but they don't have resources to implement, to develop them. So Heply could help these kind of startups to build actually the products. This was the case of Flair, which is a company in the field of body shaving. They developed a very innovative product, and we've helped them to in all the IT digital products that they need to sell actually the product. It was very rewarding because Flair was elected as one of the most innovative startups of the year. Okay, so as Valentina said, we are also hiring. We are also always looking for new talents, for new developers. In this moment, we are looking for junior front-end developers, especially with experience in Vue.js and PHP WordPress, and also in backend developers. So in PHP Laravel, JS, Node.js frameworks, C# and .NET technologies. What we offer as company, a competitive compensation package, rapid growth, possibility of dealing with emerging technologies, so edge technologies. We changed our technological stack a couple of times in 3 years because we tend to focus on dev experience. So what we put at the center of our company is let the developers be happy working and building software. And then if you are Italian, if you are living quite near, you have to know that our office is really, really, really relaxing and enjoyable. We have sofa, table tennis, table football, fruit, fresh drinking, coffee, and so on. And we are also a remote working friendly company. So if you don't live here, don't worry. We have also opportunities for you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Emanuele. That was a great presentation, and it's also very valuable, I think, for the students to see the case studies, because that's actually what you will be able to do afterwards. So a must to know. And now I'm going to go back to sharing my screens. I leave the floor to, can you see? No, sorry. Now, yes.
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 Great. Now it's the turn of our beautiful Anna. So the floor is yours, darling.
Thank you, Valentina. And we could go next. Here we are. I hope by now you've become interested and excited to join the course. And to do so, we have recruiting criteria, which are basically valid in both the application and the interview reviewing process. So what we are looking for, that's the question that we have. Good spoken and written English, of course, we will start from B1+. Good communication skills, because you have to be able to speak for yourself, clarify and address questions. Analytical and logical reasoning, because this is mandatory for coding, and this is basically something that you will be tested within the interview that you are going to be invited at. Of course, so we are looking for experiences that showcase when you have been a team player, and how well can you be part of a team and cooperate and coordinate together. Passion for the chosen technology. We need a strong motivation behind your choice for front end or back end, because this is a career path. Not, of course, that you're going to be stuck on it. You can always move across it, but we need to understand the thought process behind. The strong motivation that brought you to this course, basically, it's a long commitment of 6 months. So we really need to understand that you will have the arrangements both for your time and your other commitments in order for you to be able to succeed at this course. So finally, the last requirements that we have is the general IT knowledge of architecture, networking, operating systems. So to have the minimum digital skills to be able to navigate in a remote and digital environment for you to learn, because this is also a fully remote academy for us, and it's coming with the need to have your digital skills ready and competent. And of course, once you are validated and we have green light for you to join us, for every track, front end and back end, you will receive an onboarding pack that would introduce you to the basic concepts and knowledge that you have to be familiar with once you are starting. So you would have specific pack before the course starts on front end dedicated to HTML and CSS, what are algorithms, what are data structures, the concepts that you would have to deal with. So you would have an intro before getting to the course starting in September, and you would have to do your own learning as you've been already signed up to the course. Can we go next? As for the application process, some of you might already been through it. What happens basically until July 31, we receive applications. And the application consists basically of you uploading your CV that's up to date and answering to the questions in the form of application, where we also ask you about your motivation. As 31st of July arrives, we will take every submission and screen it so that we can shortlist those who are to be invited to the second stage, which is the interview with the HR team. That's where you are going to be assessed for your motivation, for your logical reasoning in live session, as well as understanding the commitments that you are ready to share for the 6 months and the operational arrangements that you'll have to do in terms of your university or your work arrangements and so on. Now, this would happen in the beginning of August, the HR meetings and interviews. And as you are past this stage, you would be informed very soon on the third stage about the selection and basically your successful application, final completion of the application to the course. And further on the third stage, you would be invited to review the contract and sign it. Basically, the contract provides the answers to all your questions for do's and don'ts and the obligations that each side takes to implement and to respect in this course. And basically, once the contract is signed, you are ready to hoop on the course in the beginning of September, and that's when the course would be starting, and you would already be involved fully on a weekly basis with a very intense schedule. Now, going further up after the application process, if this is succeeding for you and you, of course, arrived at the Jagaad Academy course, as Valentina mentioned already, among the classes that you'll have, you'll also be complemented with career service support that we are here to offer for you. And what are we looking to do? Basically, we want to get you prepared and ready to integrate on the labor market as you graduate from this course. So what are we going to do? We are going to assist you in CV creation, your LinkedIn profile completion and correct completion and preparation for recruiters, as well as how to handle an interview and how to answer questions within the interview process, as well as eventually how to reach out and hunt for jobs on your end. So all of this, the tips and tricks on our end are going to be shared with you so that not only you have the technical skills, but you also have the whole set of skills to land a new job, which is a completely different kind of skills that you have to have, arming you also with the patience and with the best strategies to land the dream job that you're looking for we hope, in the companies that we are going to partner, as well as in those that you are hunting or targeting for your own. All right, next. So in here, of course, not without a surprise, as we used to say, all good things come at a cost, and you've been informed about it previously in the application process, we hope. The course in Academy will involve costs, and eventually you sign up and you start and you do the whole course for free. However, this is conditioned upon your completion of the course to be paid afterwards. And exactly the cost that we talk about is of 3,000 euros that will further be paid in installments on a monthly basis of 150 euros. So 150 euros that you'd have to eventually pay from your income as an employed IT specialist. And you have a particular term for you to be employed on the labor market. Basically, we give you 2 years to succeed in finding a job on the labor market. And we have the full trust for you to succeed in finding a job and be able to pay us back, because this kickoff and successful start is going to be based on our investment and our dedication in this course. So basically all the other installments, once you are employed, are going to be paid on a monthly basis until you reach the final total cost of 3,000 euros. But more details and the other questions that you have in regards to this can be addressed in the chat, as well as in separate questions that you want to address live. For now, I'm going to handle it back to Valentina.
Thank you so much, dear Anna, for all those details. And now the time we have been waiting for. So there are two options, as our IT expert wrote down via the chat. You can speak them out loud if you want. Just raise your hand so we know who wants to make a question and we can unmute you. Otherwise, please feel free to write them down on the chat so we can start discussing them one by one. So, Kay, do you want to start with the first question?
Yes, we have a first question for Andrew. So is the front-end course won't be covering the React framework? Is GS, so JavaScript, enough to be a front-end professional?
Okay, so we will learn the Vue.js framework, but nowadays it's very easy to switch from framework to framework. Even I recently at the local technical meetup, I presented made a presentation about how to switch from React to Vue. So nowadays it's very easy to learn a new framework, just Googling how to do XYZ from Vue to React, and that's all. And you will learn in 1 hour everything that needs to be done. But our course will focus mainly on the Vue.js framework.
Okay, perfect. Then we have a question for Emanuele, our Heply partner. So what do companies expect nowadays for and from a junior developer?
Well, thank you for the question. I would like to start with a sentence which, for companies today, training junior resources is very expensive. So of course, all companies, if you take a look of jobs offerings on LinkedIn or other platforms, even if they are looking for junior resources, several times you will see a job offering which requires experience of at least 1 year, 2 years, which is really hard for those who just enter this world, this market. So I cannot say what the work companies will look for today, but I can say that at least for Heply, today we are looking for, of course, junior developers that already have at least a basic experience of making digital products. In this case, to build front ends, because as I said, training junior resources from scratch is really expensive. So it requires at least 6 months, 1 year to be able to be fully productive for a junior resource. So having resources that already perform a kickoff time, like a bootstrap, like this academy can offer to the junior, to those who want to enter this market, is really helpful for the companies. From a technical point of view, as I mentioned, we are really aligned with the content of the Jagaad courses. So we are in Heply where we chose to use Vue.js because previously we were using React. We switched to Vue.js because we discovered that was more effective with new resources to be able to be productive in a shorter time. So it was really a game changer for us.
Thank you. So I just read a question that says if we're gonna record this session. Yes, it is being recorded and we will share with all the attendees. So that's for sure. Okay, you want to go next?
Yes, 2 questions for the coach, Andrew. First, will the lessons be live or recorded? And will there be homework to do?
Yes, and yes, and yes. Will be recorded, will be live, and there will be also homework to do.
A lot of homework. Prepare yourself. I see something else. Should I read this one? My second question is, it was stated that 80% of the highest performing students would be hired by Jagaad or Heply or one of our partners. We have more partners. Is there a total capacity on candidates to be hired, or is it possible for, let's say, 16 people to be hired in case of all 20 students perform great? Anna, do you think you can support me with this answer?
Yes, of course. I believe it's quite already self-speaking for itself, the model of Academy, that it's in our interest for all the students to be hired. Therefore, we will do our best to ensure that every candidate will find a job. However, we are ready for exceptions for personal situations. So to put an answer directly to the question, we will do our best that all 100% of our students will be hired. Even though we said the Pareto rule of 80-20, we are ready, the realistic objective reality to be met, but we will do our best for every one student that is in Academy to receive a job, because we in this way are having a payback afterwards. So as the way we've structured this, we fully trust you that you're going to be in the course and dedicated to the course and eventually successfully hired on the labor market, because since we are going to introduce you to the labor market, we are looking further to have our return of investment. So as a business as well, but also as a company overall, we're interested to ensure your insertion on the labor market for each and one of you.
Thank you, dear. Kay, any other questions? Should I read them?
Yes, I have one. Worst case scenario, you decide to quit in the middle of the 6 months. What will happen then in terms of payment? So Anna, this is for you again.
Yes, sure. Basically, according to our contract, you can terminate the contract in the beginning of the first 2 weeks, like 12 days of your study in the academy. And this is something that you will read carefully in the contract as well. But this is coming without a cost from neither side, neither party. But if you choose to leave the course later in the course, after you've been through our classes, learning and meeting our materials and our course study lessons, we will have a payment required from your side, and based on the day when you choose to leave, that's the sum that's changing. So the later in the course you choose to leave, the payment that you would have to pay for this leave is increasing. The earlier you choose to leave, the sum is in half or in a quarter of the total sum. So you would have obligation on your side. This is a very serious commitment. That's why we have this whole entire process of assessing it. And we understand that also in the first 2 weeks of you being in the course, you might realize for yourself that this is not what you're looking for. And we fully are open for you to give up on the course in the first 2 weeks of it.
Thank you, dear.
So next question, is the application allowed to only postgraduates, or is it open to undergraduates as well? Anna, do you want to go, or Valentina?
It's not a limitation of studies. Like we don't look very much for your background as graduate or undergraduate. We look very much for your motivation and your logical skills. Yes, your logical reasoning. So there's no differentiation that we make. We understand that those who have some graduate studies behind them already have in itself an example of long-term commitment. But this is not disqualifying others. Basically, there's no age limitation for you to participate, and as well no educational background that it's required. If it was, we would have put it in the selection criteria, but it's not. So feel free, there's no limitation on this one.
Thank you, dear. Next question, Kay.
So after retaining the 80% developers, how long will it take to be employed? In that the course ends at February, when do we expect the deployment to be affected, more or less?
Yes, I can take this one.
Thanks God you're here.
Yes, basically, as the course ends and in the contract as well, you have limited, like a minimum number of CV applications and interview participation in which we invite you to be in. And we propose for ourselves for you to be hired as fast, because we are also gonna propose to our business partners to select from the course graduates. But understanding the personal situation, as I said earlier, we give each other a term of 24 months, which is 2 years, to successfully find a job for you. Therefore, there is no rush for you to be hired immediately. We give each other enough relaxation to find the right job, and we are going to propose jobs for you and assist you in all the job applications that you will go through. But we have this fixed term of 2 years until when you would have to find a job.
Okay, we have the last 2 questions for now. Can you repeat how we can apply for this course, please? Vale.
Okay, this is very easy. Actually, right after this slide, we have a QR code, and with that, directly just by scanning it, we will link you to the place, to the form where you can apply. But if not, we can send me a DM on LinkedIn. It's in our website, Jagaad Academy website. We can send it to you, of course. We have your name, so don't worry, you will receive the link to that.
And also, I happen to receive direct messages for a question. If this is all right, I will answer them for everybody, since it could be an information that would be relevant. So I had the question of, if I applied for front-end course, can I switch to back-end course? This information, and basically the answer to this question is yes. That's why we will address this in the interview as well. You need to be confident of your choice and have a reasoning behind, but we are flexible in your application process if you choose to switch between front end to back end. So yes, you definitely can change. As well, I had the question of what happens if a person couldn't pay the fee. If after 2 years you wouldn't find a place to work, which is unrealistic to put it in the right wording for now on the current labor market, then of course there would be no obligations on your side to pay the fee. But within the interval, or in between the period of 2 years, you remain subject to the obligation to look for a job, find a job, or even start your own activity as a freelancer, as even entrepreneur in the IT field. It's not limited only to a job format.
So,
Okay.
are we missing any questions?
I
Because the
have
time is now.
3.
Okay.
Exactly, I have 3.
Wow.
I haven't got previous experience in web development. Can I apply successfully for a job after this training?
Yes, if you attend all of the lessons and you do all of the exercises, all of the quizzes that we have prepared, we are confident that you will be able to have all the skills that are necessary to jump into a job. Andrew, you want to add anything?
No, that's all. You will need just to start the course, you will need to have just the skills of computer use, and that's all. And from there, we will start learning more and more and more.
Great.
Next question is, sorry, I lost it. Okay, as Emanuele stated, most companies require some level of experience, and there aren't really spaces for entry-level jobs. In our experience, what are the chances of getting an entry-level position?
Who is to take this question, Valentina?
You please go ahead.
Well, the paradox of recruiters hiring juniors while requesting job experience is a paradox that's well left behind. We understand very much that the talent out there needs to be brought and even coached, as already Emanuele touched upon this. So to reply to your questions in terms of what are the chances, chances are 100% for you to find a job as a junior developer, since talent is very much in demand on the market. And companies are ready to take you in if you have the right level of skills in terms of being able to operate on particular frameworks, languages, and you know the core principles, concepts, and you may have even your own hands-on project, which is something that Andrew will take care of, since you will graduate out of this course with a personal project that you've developed and you can showcase in your recruitment process as well. So to answer that from the role of a person who have hired juniors in our company, we didn't look for the experience because it's going against the logic to hire juniors with experience. But we definitely hired those who had the right understanding of concepts, who had a project to showcase, which is why we have added this in our course as a mandatory deliverable, and has the soft skills that is basically the approach to learn and ability to learn fast with the desire to continuously grow. So basically, these are the requirements to find the job in a junior role. And I tell you from the perspective of a recruiter that I've been, we are, and most of us now on the market are eager to hire those who come with this kind of profile to us. So no longer the expectation for experience when you're junior is something that's normal on the market. Not anymore. It's going against the logic.
Thank you, dear. We have 2 more questions, right? Guys, we have so many questions that we won't be able to finish them all because we are on time, but we will email you the answers. We are gathering them and we will email you the answers.
So is this course compatible with another full-time work?
Yes, but to a certain extent, because classes will begin at 4 p.m. CET. So if you can work until 4 and then take from 4 to 5 or to 6, I don't know, depending on each case, you could definitely join the course. We could eventually discuss postponing the initial time if most of the candidates agree, but as a base, that would be the starting time. So you would need to ask to your employee for like an hour if you're working until 5 CET, European time.
Okay, these are the last 2. So can an undergraduate student in engineering follow this training?
Yes, definitely. Even more because it's practical, because not all educational institutions offer this hands-on experience. So it's an additional incentives for you if you are completing your undergraduate studies at the moment. In particular, this course comes to bring you hands-on experience and ask for you to have skills at the end of it.
Okay, we have the last one.
You take it or?
No, please go.
Okay. As Anna said, you can change your mind to go from backend to frontend. If I want, to example, to study backend, and after paying, will it be possible to reapply for the frontend course and after to become a full stack web developer?
Yes, in the future, but to make it clear on the workflow, you would pay only after you graduate. So when you sign up, you will sign a contract that expressively says the course that you are registered for. So once you've signed the contract for that particular course, let's say front-end course, then you're committed to this course. You can change your mind in the application process, which is what I said earlier, and is different. Once you've made your mind and you're ready to sign the signed contract is not to be changed. But in the future, after you graduate from us and you want to become a full stack, Academy is actually set to do this on a regular basis and add even more courses. So beyond front end and back end, you would have additional technologies and languages that you would learn. So if you are to follow Academy and choose to learn, let's say backend, if you did frontend, you can do that because we will start another iteration with Spring. And beyond that, you can add to your set of skills even DevOps. This is something that we're also considering at the moment. So yes, once you like us and you want to grow your skills with us, definitely we are open to have you on board.
Okay, guys, and we're on time. We had a couple of questions, but as I said, we will email you those answers. Just as a key takeaway, we know it, tech is becoming more complex and there is few people who can manage it. This also means that the wages and how much you will get paid is growing without signs of slowing down. So the time to switch careers to IT is now. To finalize, please screenshot this. This will take you to our free demo videos. As Andrew said before, we prepared this mini class for you for free, where you can get acquainted and align and start like having your hands on what you would be doing for free. So here's the link. I hope you already screenshot it by now. And also here is the link to register for courses. We are offering this discount to the 10 people who register at first. So please, we have the deadline coming. So this is to incentivize you, of course, to join our front-end course. And yeah, and that's it from our side. Please reach out to us via LinkedIn or via email if you need anything else. We really are very glad to see that many of you stayed until the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for your time once again. Welcome to our network, to our community, and we hope to see you in class.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nadim. Bye-bye.